Hello,
Yes.
learners. I'm Andrew Ng, founder of Deeplearning.ai, and I'm excited to welcome you to our global deep learning community in AI.
Sure. Hi, everyone. I make articles and other media that help people learn about AI and help them understand the huge impact that AI is having in the world. Today, I'm putting together the next issue of The Batch, our weekly newsletter, and I'm looking for the biggest stories of the week to keep our readers informed.
What's been the most surprising thing you've run into working on the batch?
How much is going on in this field? There's never a dull moment. You might think from the outside that machine learning engineers really understand everything about AI, but nobody understands everything about AI because this field is just coming to life right before my eyes as I put this thing together every week.
So, as you can see, our team is working hard to support you and help you learn. It's never been easier than before to break into AI. So, if you want to build a career, you can leverage online resources available, including open source code, datasets, papers, and online courses like a deep learning specialization on Coursera.
We need a data industry because if you can talk about data, you'll see a whole nother perspective, right? Because you see data all around you, not necessarily IT everywhere around you, right? You go to nature, go on a hike in a park, you can see data. You have a night rider car.
Just getting people to understand. That's why when we say data literacy, right? It's like learning the language of data. To demystify that data is something that's so far out that they can't touch, but no, it's right where you are.
You have your night rider car from a dream, the imagination.
I shouldn't know the name, but wasn't it Kit?
Yeah. Kit. Right? Yeah. And on the flip side, if you see lots of money and there's lots of AI use cases, and here they're struggling with those AI use cases. What does that mean? Finance industry. It's so complex for AI to handle financial information because it has a lot of secrecy built into it, a lot of IPs, a lot of difficulties in, the hackers hacking into those information. So you have lots of need for finance industry with lots of money, yet they're struggling with their use cases. But education that doesn't have funding has all the use cases you can imagine. Like, how do you customize a student's understanding of chemistry 101, chemistry 301, chemistry 401? Right? How do you help a Mandarin speaking Chinese person to speak English fluently? In person, real time, personalize it, capture their inability to say some letters probably, and have an AI detect it in real time and give them the feedback in real time. Imagine teaching somebody English for the first time. They have never spoken English. Let AI handle that, right? So I think there's a lot of use cases out there, and I love what Lucky said about, if you love it, do it. I got comfortable with the questions that I have because I started framing them in a sort of choppy, blocked off ways that had some relevance to what it is that I need to get done, right? Since this is a learning platform, let's talk about it quickly, is that in machine learning, if you want to be successful, you will never run into somebody called decision scientist, right? But this decision science conversation is literally to help you understand the question. And in machine learning, the majority of success comes from the specific questions that you've asked in your machine learning or your AI journey. Why is that important? It's because 80% of the model in machine learning and AI does not deploy. And that's important to remember. It's not a number that is just, say, a US government number. This is a Silicon Valley number. This has been happening for the last 25 years, where the models that get started to be built and the CFO invests money into it, all of a sudden they go to waste or they get repurposed and they never end up deploying. That's 80%. That's 80% failure into the AI space, right? Now, what AI you do deliver and get received is going to be a poor quality AI. Over time, you mature it. It's just like a child. It doesn't know how to walk yet, but you have to start in the crawling phase. And that's important to know, because when you're talking to an IT guru, he's going to say, yes, we'll deliver it. Yes, we have it right now. It will work for you tomorrow. Come to us. We'll talk you through the reality of it. This is not the IT world where coding will work perfectly the day after launch. It doesn't work that way. It's opposite. It starts with a poor quality and matures over time, works very well. Where in coding, it works very well the first day, but day 300, you have more cost of fixing it than the time you bought it, right? So the conversation really is very important. You look to your left and right, you ask the questions, but you frame those questions correctly and reach out in a timely manner where you're saving a lot of time, because every day you're delaying your AI journey, you're losing tons of data. And if you look it up in IBM space, they call it AI years. They measure the fact that by the time you're having lunch, you missed out on all the data on breakfast. That's AI years worth of data. And those are valuable data. So they simplified it. But the point is, more data you lose on a daily basis, it becomes that much harder to recover from.
I think we should do the next, conversation on how do you decide on data, or what is the makeup of data and AI?
With the support of AI, with Andrew Ng and Deeplearning.ai, I'm really am excited. And if you are looking to continue with this discussion, join us every bi-weekly conversation. But in between those bi-weekly conversation, you can sign up for Coursera. And if you're interested, you can reach out to me. You get 60% discount through AI, through Deeplearning.ai for Coursera. And also, if you're interested in just learning about AI, but you don't want to pay, you go to Deeplearning.ai and you get a lot of content for free as well. And of course, there's always YouTube. So any reference that we make, feel free to research that and look that up on YouTube. There's lots of ways to unpack it.